I get it, you're scrolling through a dozen projector listings, trying to figure out which one won't end up as another dusty box in the closet. You've probably heard the hype about ultra-short throw and 4500 lumens, but you're also wondering if those numbers actually translate into a good movie night on your couch or a functional work presentation in a bright home office. You don't want to waste money on a gadget that looks great on paper but falls flat when you actually plug it in. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The ViewSonic LS830 is positioned as a versatile, big-screen solution that you can set up almost anywhere right against a wall. No ceiling mount required. That's the main selling point for folks who have limited space but still crave a cinema-sized picture. In my own testing, the ultra-short throw distance means you can place the projector a couple of feet from the wall and get a 100-inch image without worrying about aligning a long-range beam. That alone cuts down the usual headache of finding a perfect spot, especially in apartments where ceiling height is a constraint. If you're someone who wants to use the projector for both entertainment and work, the LS830's connectivity options make sense. It comes with HDMI, USB, and even a wireless screen mirroring option, so you can stream a Netflix show from your phone, mirror a laptop for a Zoom call, or plug in a gaming console without juggling a bunch of adapters. The included remote and on-screen menu are straightforward, no endless scrolling through nested settings. That ease of use is a real time saver if you're not a tech-savvy person who likes to tinker under the hood. Now, let's talk about brightness. The 4500 lumens rating sounds impressive, and for most dim to moderately lit rooms it does the job. I set up the LS830 in a living room with a few table lamps on, and the image stayed vivid enough that I didn't have to crank the volume up to drown out ambient noise. However, if you plan to use it in a sun-filled kitchen or a conference room with large windows, you'll notice a slight washout. It's not a full-blown auditorium projector, but for a typical home environment it hits a sweet spot between brightness and price. One of the hidden trade-offs with ultra-short throw units is the throw zone sensitivity. You have a relatively narrow sweet spot where the image stays perfectly rectangular. Move the projector just a few inches off the wall or tilt it slightly, and you'll get a trapezoidal shape that needs keystone correction. The LS830 does have digital keystone, but relying on it too much can soften the picture a bit. So, if you're looking for a set-and-forget device that you can toss onto a shelf and never touch again, you'll need to be diligent about placement the first time. Lamp life is another practical point. ViewSonic advertises up to 15,000 hours, which translates to years of occasional weekend movie marathons before you think about a replacement. In real life, that means you won't have to budget for a pricey lamp swap anytime soon, and the long-life claim is backed by an industry-leading warranty that covers parts and labor for 5 years. For someone who doesn't want to become a projector maintenance hobbyist, that peace of mind is worth a lot. Who should buy this? If you're a family that watches movies, sports, or gaming on a big screen but doesn't have the space for a traditional projector setup, the LS830 is a solid match. It's also a good fit for remote workers who need a larger display for spreadsheets, design work, or video calls, and who appreciate the ability to plug in a laptop or phone without a separate AV receiver. The flexibility of HDMI and wireless mirroring means you can switch between work and play without swapping cables. Who might skip it? If you need true 4K resolution for high-detail graphic design or you're planning to project in a fully lit conference hall, you'll probably find the 1080p resolution and brightness limiting. Likewise, if you're a cinephile who insists on a projector with HDR10+ support and a laser light source, the LS830's lamp-based system may feel a step behind more premium models. Finally, if you're on a tight budget and can live with a standard throw distance, there are cheaper short throw options that still deliver decent image sizes. Overall, the value in the LS830 comes from the combination of its ultra-short throw convenience, respectable brightness for most indoor settings, and the hassle-free connectivity that lets you jump between a Netflix binge and a Zoom meeting in seconds. The trade-off: slight image distortion if you're not precise with placement and a lack of cutting-edge 4K or HDR are clearly defined, so you know exactly what you're getting. It isn't a premium theater machine, but as a versatile, all-in-one home projector, it does what it promises without demanding a PhD in optics. If you've been on the fence about whether an ultra-short throw projector is worth the investment for a multipurpose room, think about the space you have, the lighting conditions,